Hey y'all, how's it going? My name is Kelsey, otherwise known as Kelsey K MUA, and I wanted to thank you so much for being here today. This is my very first video on YouTube, my very first makeup tutorial, and I'm really excited to be here. I wanted to give a huge shout out to all of my friends, my family, my coworkers for inspiring me to start this YouTube channel, for really pushing me, and for telling me no more excuses. I also wanted to give a huge shout out and a huge big thank you and a huge hug and a kiss to my husband Luke, who has been extremely supportive of this entire process, who has helped me put together my beauty room and just kind of pushing me to follow whatever dream this is. I'm not really sure what dream it is yet, but it's there. And I also wanted to maybe not most importantly, but really importantly, I wanted to give a huge thank you to my brother CJ. CJ has been a huge portion as to the reason why I am here on this channel. CJ purchased my camera, my tripod, and has helped me with my editing software, and so thank you so much to CJ. I really appreciate you. So I guess we can go ahead and jump into this, not really like first impressions. Obviously this is all stuff that I already love. So this is actually a full face of products that I love at the moment. So right now I'm really in love with the Morphe foundation primer. So I'm going to be starting off with this with just like a pea-sized amount on my finger. And rub this here into my face. I have already cleansed, toned, and moisturized my face. There is I do have a bit of serum on my face too to kind of help everything stay really moisturized and not flaky looking. Also be aware, yes, my face does get extremely red when I touch my face. It's kind of just what happens. Sorry. Okay, next up for our foundation. This is a huge foundation that I've been crushing on lately. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Freshwear foundation. I love this stuff. I absolutely adore it. The reason why I love it so much is because it just looks fantastic on the skin. It doesn't have like a buttload of coverage. However, what does, just watch, okay? So I'm gonna start here by applying some here on a damp beauty sponge to my face, and guys, you obviously see how pink my cheeks are, and this just gives like a really nice amount of coverage, not like super full coverage, but just enough to a point where I don't feel like I need to add a secondary layer. And this is perfect for just any like daytime look. If you're looking for something to wear to work, or maybe if you just, you know, you're looking for something that's nice amount of coverage and something that looks really natural, kind of dewy on the skin, but is also acceptable for all skin types, girl, this is it. And I know that on camera this looks, I can see in the viewfinder right now, this looks very light, but I can guarantee that's only because my chest is really warm right now. And any foundation shade that I go that's darker than this just looks way too dark once I finally get all my powders and bronzers and highlighters and everything applied. I'm gonna go ahead and work that here into the neck. And one of the biggest things that I do want to stress when you are applying a foundation with a sponge is to not drag the foundation. Do not drag it. Don't be like swirling it around like you would normally like a brush. Make sure that you like use like almost like a blotting motion on the face, just so then you get nice even coverage and you're not sitting there just completely like resurfacing the makeup. If that I know that doesn't make any sense. But what you're doing is when you're dragging is that you are taking all of that foundation and that primer that you've laid down before and basically like sweeping it back up and creating all kinds of texture. You don't want that. So what we do want is to kind of have this all laid down nice and flat. So next I'm going to be going in with my concealer. I'm going to be using the Morphe Fludity concealer. This is shade C1.55. And kind of applying this in 3 small little triangular motions under the eye, a little bit here to the T-zone, and then on the chin just to brighten. I also do like to take a little bit down here just because I do tend to get a lot of peeking through with my foundation, and it does tend to look really red down there. So I just like to get a little bit of extra coverage there along that along the jawline. And just kind of blending this all again in those nice bouncing, stippling motions. I'm one of those weirdos that likes to cover my lips when I do my foundation because and then I can just wipe it off later. But I do find that if I don't do this, I tend to just end up with a bunch of like skin that I didn't put foundation on my face, and I'm just like, oh, this looks great. Okay, so taking my Coty Airspun powder, I'm going to be taking it just in a brush, dabbing into the powder like this, tapping off the excess, and again, stippling that here onto the skin. This is going to ensure that I'm not unloading too much product onto my skin, and at the same time is, again, not going to be resurfacing any of that product that we've already laid down on the face. Now, what I also like to do, though, too, is kind of like bake my nose. And so if you've never heard of baking, is the process of where you put a ton of powder on the skin to help kind of tighten the skin and reduce oil production. So I know that sometimes you'll see a lot of people baking under their eyes. Girl, I'm 27 years old and I already have lots of fine lines and wrinkles here under my eye. If I'm ever baking, the first time I ever tried baking under my eyes, it was like, ah! I felt like I was 90 years old. It just like the wrinkles, the bags, everything. I was like, why do people do this? This doesn't look nice. Like, what? How does everybody else make this look good and I can't? I don't understand. So, but that's the whole point, is that every beauty trick is not for every person. You're never going to find one beauty hack or one product that's universal for every single person on the planet. It's just not going to happen. So I tend to only bake my nose and my chin, and everything else is kind of like, eh. So moving on to cheeks. Okay, so here I have the Benefit Bronze Squad Cheek Leader palette. And there goes a little card. But I absolutely adore this palette, and I have not taken out the little brush yet. I haven't taken it out of the package, I'm sorry. But I am absolutely in love with the Hoola bronzer. If you have not tried the Hoola bronzer yet, girl, you have to. And then this shade right here, this highlighter shade, Cookie, oh, like super reflective. So this is what I'm going to be using on my face today. I'm really excited. I'm just going to wipe that. Yeah, now I understand why everybody's always covered in powder. So taking a complexion brush, I'm going to go ahead and dip into that Hoola bronzer and start my contour, starting that here towards the, kind of like where my Elvis sideburns would be. I know that's not even an Elvis. I can't do an Elvis impersonation, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I even tried. And so for me, I like a more natural looking contour. I'm really not into that whole like super chiseled look. This is kind of just like if you're going for that nice everyday, not like natural. I mean, I do like natural, but at the same time, I also like naturally dramatic. Does that make sense? Okay, good. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue kind of like buffing that here and just kind of making sure that it's a nice line. Not like a harsh line, because we don't like harsh lines. Harsh lines are bad. And then go ahead and apply that in the hairline. Now the reason why you are doing this and putting bronzer up near the hairline is because you are creating dimension in the face. We want dimension, and you want the portions of your face that are lighter, you're bringing them forward. And the places on your face that are darker, you are more pulling them back. So what we are doing here is we are pulling these portions of the face forward, such as the T-zone, the nose, the lip, the chin, the top of the cheekbone. And then this right here, the hollows of the cheeks, we're sucking in like this. So we're gonna go ahead and continue with the eyes. What I'm gonna do actually for eye primer is I'm going to apply the Arbonne eye makeup primer. It comes in this little tube. it comes on a little doe foot applicator, and I put about this much on my fingers. I rub my fingers together, and then just apply this here to my eye. I'm gonna go ahead and take my sponge with no additional product and kind of just blend this all in. And since there is product still on my sponge from before, It's gonna also help set down this eye look as well. Moving on to brows, I'm gonna go ahead and quickly spoolie up my brows. But my favorite brow product at the moment is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Taupe. The reason why I love this so much is because, oh my goodness, I had been searching for the world's best brow product, and oh my goodness, I think I found it. I'm really late to the game when it comes to this, to ABH Dip Brow. Like, I had heard so many other people talk about it for years, probably a good like 2 years or so. But when I first started using it back in December of 2018, I was just like, oh, where has this been all my life? Like, oh my gosh. Okay, so kind of just taking this, I'm doing a very, I like my brows to look a little bit more natural, just kind of like a soft arch, nothing too crazy. At least for like a daily basis. Now, if I'm trying to go out and I'm going somewhere where I know where there's going to be lots of other people who are also into makeup, I'm going to, you know, making myself look a little bit more snatched here. However, for like an everyday thing, this is about as fancy as it gets. And then doing the same thing on the other side. Now, the trick to pomades is that you want to make sure that you are starting right about here, right before the head of the brow. And then filling in. I usually don't have to go back in and dip for much more unless I'm just kind of filling in the tail a little bit more. And then just kind of using that brush and flicking upward into the brow and filling in. So you get that nice shape, nice opacity. Okay. And then sometimes you can kind of use whatever is left on the tip of the brush and kind of just like draw in those little individual brow hairs. I've had so many people tell me that pomades take them forever, but oh my goodness, my eyebrow pencils used to take me for freaking ever, and I can't explain to you why, but they just did. So next up is for the eyes, and today for eyes I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. I love this palette. The reason why I love it so much is because you have the, oop, there goes the brush. Lots of really pretty neutrals, but at the same time, oh my goodness, like this is great for every day. Also really fantastic for brides. If you are planning a wedding or something anytime soon, this is definitely a palette to get yourself if you are going to be doing your own makeup for your wedding. So I'm going to go ahead and take this. I'm going to take the first shade right here called Fresh. And dip into that, and I'm just going to go ahead and set the whole eye using this shade. Next I'm going to be taking this shade right here, Orange Soda, dipping into that, tapping off the excess, and just going in and creating a new crease for my eye. I have hooded eyes, which means that the eyelid kind of gets tucked in to the orbital bone when my eyes are open. So I have to apply my eyeshadow a little bit higher than a normal crease would be. I'm going to repeat this process on the other eye. So next time up, I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Burnt Orange, so Orange Soda and Burnt Orange right here, and I'm going to apply that in pretty much the same spot as that first Orange Soda shade, but I'm going to be pressing a little bit harder into the eye. I do want to hold my brush further towards the back of the brush as opposed to right here where the metal is, because I want more of a soft hand. When you use a softer hand and when you hold your brush towards the back of the handle, you get a better blend because you're less precise. When you're blending out and using transition shades like this, you want to be a little bit less precise because it makes that really, really nice, soft, blended, smoky look, if that's what you're going for. Again, when it comes to makeup, the rules are, there ain't no rules. So, make up your own rules. Make up your own rules. That's funny. Okay, dad jokes. But right now I'm gonna also take the shade Sienna right here on that same brush, tap off that excess, and apply that to the same crease as well. We're just really, really deepening up this crease and just making it really nice and smoky, blending this all out. Repeating the same process on the other side. So next I'm going to go ahead and take the deepest shade in the palette, which is the black shade here, Noir. going to very lightly just apply this here to the outer corner to really make this nice, deep, sultry look. Didn't I just say that I was supposed to be doing an everyday look? Damn it, Kelsey. Have you ever seen that Kermit the Frog meme, when the one where he's like talking to himself, but he's also like Darth Vader? That's me like talking to myself like, oh, I think I'll do a natural look today. And then the darker side of me is like, grab the black eyeshadow, woman. And I'm like, oh, that's right, I do need the black eyeshadow. It's a curse. It really is. It really is a curse. Okay, so now that I have applied that deeper, darker shade, I'm going to go ahead and take that first, our secondary blending brush, and I'm going to use this brush to really fluff out this black shadow. I'm going to make this look like it was here to party, but it wasn't here to stay the whole night. Next, on a flat packing brush, I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Sultry right here from the palette. It's a nice, deeper, like burgundy shimmer shade. And I'm going to sweep this across the entire lid. Ooh, that's pretty. Here, I should zoom in. There's it better. Can you see better? I like that. Getting real close and personal up in here. I'm going to go ahead and repeat the same process on the other eye. Okay, and then on the opposite, the clean side of the brush, I'm going to go ahead and take the shade next to that in the palette, Rose Pink, and place that here on the, not on the inner third of the eye. And then on the smallest, and then on a really small flat, oh, you can't even see that. Can you see there? There we go. On a smaller packing brush, I'm going to go ahead and take the shade right here in the palette, Fairy, and I'm going to pop that here on the inner corner. I'm also going to use that as my brow bone highlight. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that one right up here. Okay, so now that we're all done blending out that eyeshadow, we're going to go ahead and go in with eyeliner. So today for eyeliner, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master Precise Curvy Eyeliner. I love this stuff. It is absolutely fantastic. It is super dark and pigmented. And I'm just going to go ahead and do a nice little wing eyeliner today. I haven't done a wing liner in like 5 million years. I'm just going to kind of go floop. I don't know what takes me longer, my liner or my brows. For today's purposes, I think I'm going to say the eyeliner. Oh, you guys, it is sweaty in here. Next up for mascara, I'm going to go ahead and take one of my old faves. So this is the Maybelline Total Temptation Mascara. I really like this just because of the way that it kind of like fluffs up my lashes. My lashes are usually pretty thin, however, they are a little bit long, which is nice for most days. However, on the days that I have to wear my glasses and I try to wear mascara, it's like flapping like this. And then I'll have like all kinds of black marks on the inside of my glasses. And I'm like, why can't I see? And I'm like, oh, because there's a whole bunch of makeup on them. That's why. Okay, so wings, good enough for me to fly away, I hope. Eyes are done, so let's go ahead and pop back into the complexion. For blush, I am actually going to be dipping back into the Bronze Squad Cheek Leader palette. I'm going to be go ahead and using the shade right here, Coralista. I'm going to go ahead and taking a blush brush and smile, yay! Don't even know why I need blush considering the fact that I feel like I'm so sweaty that I could probably sweat all over the place. Okay. So next up I am going to go ahead and I dropped the palette. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and take my damp beauty sponge and going in with the Too Faced Peach Blur Translucent Smoothing Finishing Powder. Ooh. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that here under my eye. And what this is going to do is it's going to go ahead and smooth out my under eye area. Do a little bit more here on the nose, kind of like blur out any imperfections. Beautiful. Okay, and so last but certainly not least, as far as the complexion goes, I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Cookie right here from that Cheek Leader palette. Watch this. I really hope that this is going to be like blinding on camera too. Oh my gosh! Oh, do you see that? Oh, I live for a good highlighter. Like, I live for a nice healthy glow. Oh, stop it. I know I sound just like everybody else on YouTube, but I'm like, dang girl, come on. How can you not? Just like a little bit here on the tip of the nose. Oh, with a flick of the wrist, I can flick all the highlighter on me. Huh? I don't know what I'm even singing, but you guys came here for entertainment, didn't you? Okay. I was born to be a performer, thanks. Okay, so as far as lips, I'm going to go ahead and take the NYX lip liner. This is in the shade Peekaboo Neutral. I start here at the bottom of the lip. Okay, first of all, I do not know how in the world women put on their lipstick without lip liner, because without lip liner, I would probably just have lipstick all over my face, not even gonna lie. So for this one, for our lip today, I have chosen the Victoria's Secret Velvet Matte Liquid Lip in the shade Adored. Please, these are $2.99 at Victoria's Secret right now. They are discontinuing them, and I am so sad because these are literally my favorite matte lippies right now. Like, my favorite liquid lips on the planet. They are soft, they're comfortable to wear, they are like a really, really nice velvety matte finish, and I feel like every single woman on the planet needs these. Ugh, like so beautiful, comfortable to wear, great to wear all day. They are not kiss proof, so if you were planning on wearing something like this for your wedding, it is going to transfer. However, they are so nice and soft and beautiful that you really just, you can't beat it. And especially since they're on clearance right now for $2.99, girl, go get yourself some from your local Victoria's Secret. Okay. Okay, I think that is it. We have the glow, we have a lip, we have eyes, we have brows. Oh, we definitely have that glow. Look at that. I could, when people ask me what I want to do when I grow up, I'm like, I just want to glow. I want to glow when I grow up. And for setting spray today, I'm going to go ahead and use the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day Setting Spray in the shade Coconut or Pina Colada. No, I'm pretty sure this is Coconut. Okay. Well guys, that is it. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you again to all my friends and family and coworkers who have inspired me to do this. Again, thank you to Luke and CJ. You guys mean so much to me. Thank you again so much. And don't forget to like this video, give me a big old thumbs up, and please do not forget to subscribe to this channel so you can see more videos of me doing stuff like this. We're going to be talking about makeup, we're going to be talking about business, we're going to be talking about skincare and life, really. Okay, so if you guys want to see more, I'll catch you in the next video.